This is Paul McKenna for PT Boxing in association with ES News. With me, Scotty Cardle. How are you, mate? Okay, good.
Are you okay, pal?
Sound, mate, yeah. Not out for the rest of the year now. Looking next year until your next opponent. But last opponent, Kevin Hooper, defended your British title up in Scotland. And one defence left until you can keep the belt outright. And is that the plan going into 2017?
Yeah, definitely. It's a belt I've always wanted. Now I've got it, I want it for keeps, so I've got one more. Obviously I've defended it 3 times, but one was a draw, so I've got to make sure it's 3 wins now. My last fight was Kevin Hooper, the mandatory, so I've got one more voluntary, and hopefully it's a reasonable voluntary, so I could put a show on wherever it's going to be, and move on to hopefully European honours.
That was what I was just about to lead into there. Obviously, if you do defend your British title in 2017, get that out the way. Obviously, moving on to bigger and better things then. Yeah. So, looking at the general European and then onto real level.
Yeah, I think like people obviously go the Commonwealth way from British, but if I can get the European, then I'm over the moon. Obviously, I'm not looking past my last defence, but yeah, that would be ideal, really. EDIS TATLI, he's defending his European title. I think it's next month as well. So obviously I'll keep an eye on that. But in the meantime, I'm ticking over Christmas and keeping myself in shape. And the earlier the defence, the better. Yeah.
What you've seen at TATLI so far through his career?
I've seen he's stood upright. He looks a very strong kid. He looks a big build for a lightweight, but he looks quite straightforward. Straight shots, but quite robotic, to be honest. Yeah. But other than that, he looks like he's a powerful fighter, and it'll be one to watch, definitely, me and him.
Based over in Finland, innit? Yeah, thought so. Finland, yeah.
I don't think he's fought outside of Finland, to be honest. So if that's the case,
could be an away day.
Yeah, it could be a away day for us. So, but that's not a problem. Like, I've fought all over the world as an amateur, so it won't be a shock to me whatsoever.
The lightweight scene itself, worldwide, is you know, it's in a busy division, and in England specifically, obviously you got Crawley yourself in the gym, and his fight with Linares earlier on in the year. We've quite fairly recently had Derry Matthews and Luke Campbell as well. Yeah. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What did you make of the fight?
Good fight. I thought Derry gave a good account of himself. Luke Campbell, it can be a shock to many people. His speed, because he's like, don't get me wrong, he's a strong puncher, but I think his speed is what he capitalises on. And I think that, like, obviously the flurry of punches is a shock to many fighters. I think that's what's got most of them wins, really. So but it was a good fight. I thought Derry did give a good account of himself. I don't think that's the end of Derry, to be fair.
Got caught with a cracking shot, to be fair.
Yeah, he has, and, but I think in the past 2 or 3 years, Derry's picked his game up. I think he's actually got better in the past couple of years, so I don't think it's the end of the day. I'm looking forward to a good few fights from him as well.
As far as it goes with Luke Campbell, there was rumours about a fighting earlier on in the year, but that sort of faded out. Is it something that you'd be interested in next year, or depending on what sort of gets brought to the table? It
seems to have fizzled away, like, but obviously I've not made that happen. I don't think he has either. He's moved on to WBC silver, so I think he'll be thinking he's past the British stage now, which every credit to him, you know what I mean. I understand that, but if that's the case, then it's probably a good job, really, because hopefully down the line we can fight for something bigger and better. Yeah. You know what I mean? But as I said, I've got one more defence against a voluntary. Who that will be, God knows. We really don't know. It could be anyone, it could be Luke, but we just have to wait and see, really.
Yeah, okay. Just a general question about boxing itself. I think it was either today or yesterday, Lucas Brown, I don't know if you read, he's failed the heavyweight Australian. Right, he's failed like another drug test. What's your view on this, you know, on the people who are getting...
Well, obviously coming from the GB squad and the amateurs, we were getting tested on a regular basis, and it was always random, and I think that's the best way, you know what I mean. I think Lucas Brown's been caught bang to rights, but it's not just that. I think it's terrible, but at heavyweights it's even worse because obviously they carry power anyway. You don't need to add on that power really. And well, we've seen people die very recently in the ring. You know what I mean? And it's just leading towards more deaths in the ring. And it's going to, at the end of the day, it's going to give boxing a bad name. It's going to ban the sport eventually. You know what I mean? If they carry on, I think it will. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not a sport to take these drugs. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you wanna take anabolics, if you're a sprinter and all that, I don't agree with it, but it's less dangerous. You know what I mean? It is cheating, but in boxing it's dangerous. It can kill people at the end of the day. So I'm very against it. Like
that's it. One last thing before we go. Me our mate Masha now. It was going to get brought up at some stage regardless. Is that sort of just dead? Do you think as far as from your perspective it's just you going to go your own way and he's going to go his way now? I think so, yeah. I think obviously he's gone down the WBC route also, which whatever that is, and he's put himself in a decent enough rank in world WBC rating wise. So if he can go down that route, then like, every credit to him. I'm going to go down what route I've got. Got one more voluntary. I don't think it's going to be done, to be fair. You know what I mean? We give him 2 voluntaries and 1 win, 1 draw. And obviously, I think a lot of people want to see a trilogy, which it's one could happen further down the line, maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, if he's successful down his route and I'm the same down mine, then it's a bigger fight. Then you know what I mean. I think British title was a dream of his, because it was definitely a dream of mine. And I wouldn't say he's bitter, but he's upset that he's not capitalised that dream really. So that's what he wants, and I get that. But it's just one of them things, you know what I mean? It's boxing at the end of the day. And I don't want to stand still. And to me, like Sean Dodd, he uses his style well, and it doesn't suit me. And everyone knows that, you know what I mean? It doesn't suit me. I didn't look good against him the first time. Definitely not the first time. Looked a bit better the second time, and I drew the second time. So for me, it's a no-no for now, but for a bigger fight possibly down the line.
Cool. All right, mate. Well, on that note, we're looking forward to seeing what happens in 2017. I'm sure we'll catch up with you early 2017.
Thank you, Paul. Cheers,
no
Paul.
problem, mate. Nice speaking to you.
Nice one.